Hi guys, so I know it's been a super long time since I've made a video, so I wanted to come back with one of my favorite recipes ever. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make vegan fried chicken. The base for this recipe is going to be wheat gluten, so this is definitely not a gluten-free recipe and it is definitely not a healthy recipe. However, it is one of my favorite comfort foods. So this is the wheat gluten that I personally use for this recipe. I use the Bob's Red Mill brand. This bag is about $6 at my local store, and I can make chicken with it a good 3 to 4 times. These are all of the spices that we'll need. So we're gonna make about 1.5 cups worth today, just because that looks about right. The most important spices for this recipe are garlic, salt, and pepper. But for today, we are also going to be adding chili, curry, and onion salt. Typically we use onion powder, but today we're just gonna use a little bit less salt and a little bit more. The grocery store did not have any onion powder left. Sometimes you just gotta work with what you got. I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys, normally this stuff does not get measured out. We are only measuring it for the purpose of this recipe. I don't even know the recipe to my own food usually, but today we're gonna learn. So like I said, salt, pepper, and garlic are the most important. Do not be shy with that garlic powder. I never really cooked with onion salt before, so I'm really hoping that this doesn't make it too salty. This is a very high sodium recipe, so don't make it if you're watching your salt intake. Just a little tiny bit of chili powder. And then we're going to mix up our dry ingredients. Once your spices are all incorporated into the gluten, we're gonna add the water. Before I add the wet ingredients, I like to go ahead and get the boiling water ready. So once we mix the wet ingredients, it's gonna make kind of like a thick dough, and then we're just gonna break up that dough into pieces and put it in that pot of boiling water for about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on the size of the pieces. Now you wanna add the water in slowly to make sure that you don't add too much, and also to make sure that the dough forms properly. So we're gonna add a little bit, mix it up. When it looks like it's ready for a little bit more, we can add a little bit more. I chose a horrible cup to try to pour out of, so don't be like me. So unlike many other seitan recipes that would ask for the dough to be slightly dry, this recipe we want to leave the dough a bit more wet because that is going to prevent the chicken from getting too chewy. As you see, we're starting to get this like stringy texture from it, and when you pull it, it's gonna look kind of realistic. And this is the best part where you get to knead it with your hands. So much fun, guys. And again, you want to knead it for a decent amount of time. I usually do it for about 2 to 5 minutes, but if you knead it too much, it will end up chewy. This looks like about the right texture to start ripping up into pieces and throw it in that boiling water. Try to remember that these pieces are going to, they're gonna get a bit bigger. They're gonna be about 1.5 to 2 times the size that they were. So if you want small pieces of chicken, you're gonna have to make your little gluten nuggets really tiny. So we've got our water nicely boiling and we're just adding in the chicken pieces. So while the chicken is boiling, we're gonna go ahead and make the flour mixture that we bread the chicken with. And all we need to add to this batter is salt, pepper, and I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic. And I'm just eyeing this out, but I would do about a teaspoon of each, and then just a little sprinkle of garlic. All right, so we're gonna mix this up. Chicken looks like it's boiling quite nicely, which means it is time to preheat the oven. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I hate frying things, I hate deep frying. It just makes a huge mess of the kitchen. So me and Anthony have started doing this thing where we just oven fry it. We pretty much just start with a pan and put a decent amount of butter in it and put it in the preheated oven so that the butter melts. In case any of you didn't know, Smart Balance butter is accidentally vegan, so not exactly sure how much this is. possibly like 1/2 to 3/4 of a cup. So the chicken just finished boiling and I just strained it. Now it's time for breading. The way we're going to do this is we're going to take the chicken from the strainer, transfer it into the flour, roll it around a little bit, and then transfer it into the pan. Make sure it's nice and coated with the butter, and then they're going to go into the oven. So this chicken here in this tray is ready to go into the oven for its final process. So these are about halfway done right now, and we're just gonna flip them over so that way they bake evenly. Alright guys, so here we have the finished product, and that is our fried chicken. You can take this and throw it into any sauce like barbecue, buffalo to make different types of chicken, but sometimes I just prefer the original. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please help me out by giving this video a thumbs up, a comment, or a share. Vegan chicken is friendlier for the animals, the environment, and your fellow humans, so please give it a try. Let me know what you think, and I will see you guys next time.